everyone, welcome back to another episode of the Simplicity Kitchen. I am Jen Pike, your host and functional nutritionist, and today I'm sharing a recipe with you that I use in my own body during the luteal phase of my cycle and that I recommend to all of the women that I work with. Now, the luteal phase of your cycle is the second half of your cycle being all 4 phases that you go through that are leading into that phase of your menstrual cycle. That luteal is the longest, and this is oftentimes when women feel that they have the most cravings, the most symptoms of PMS. They have water retention, they feel bloated, they get headaches, their blood sugar is super unstable. And so I'm showing you a recipe today. This is called the Hulk smoothie. And this is not to like make you, look like the Hulk. This is to make you feel like you've got that level of power and stamina inside of your body so that you feel really good leading into your menstrual cycle. And this recipe is actually out of my 3rd book, which is the Simplicity Body. This is the second of my 2 cookbooks that I wrote. And the reason that I love this one is that in that second half of your cycle, this is when your body is going to require more minerals, which is why we have our greens here, more B vitamins, which is why we have our greens, healthier sources of fat, which is why I have the almond butter here, incredible sources of protein and amino acids, which is why I have protein powder and collagen that we're going to team up together, and also getting enough antioxidants into your system and supporting your adrenals, which is why I have camu powder. Very high in vitamin C, and vitamin C is one of the vitamins that your adrenals really need to help to support energy, nervous system, and progesterone. So we're gonna combine all of this together with some avocado to give extra fat. It's really important that when you're coming into your period, that you're getting that protein, fat, and fiber combo. We wanna make sure we're supporting the bowels and elimination in our body as well, so that not only when we're shedding our lining are we having that detoxification process, but all of our other elimination pathways as well. And then we're gonna add a little bit of citrus into this, which is alkalizing and supportive for the liver, and we're gonna do that with some lemon juice. So the base of this, in the blender, I've already got a little bit of water in here, and I give you your ratios in the recipe, which we'll include for you. And then I have a cup of non-dairy milk. So this one here is coconut milk. You could have whatever non-dairy milk that you enjoy the most for your body. So we're gonna add that in, and this will become our serving glass as well too. And then the next thing that I'm going to put in here is the lemon juice. So this is my favorite lemon squeezer. I've showed it here before on the show. I got this from HomeSense. You can also get it at places like Marshall's and I'm sure online. And so I'm gonna add a half of a lemon in here, and I love it. So you cut your lemon in half, and I always cut the tops of my lemon off too, because I find I get a much healthier squeeze. I get all the juice out. And so you take that open side down, you put this in, and then you squeeze it, and it literally flips your lemon inside out, right? So there's like nothing left in there, which is amazing. And if you wanted to, double check, you squeeze it on the other side, you get that extra little bit, and then there you go. So that's the first thing that we're gonna put in there. Now I'm gonna take a half of an avocado. So tip for you with your avocados, because I have my other half over here, is that if you're only gonna use half, the half that you're not gonna use right now, keep the pit in that. And then what I'll do is I'll squeeze a little bit of lemon juice on and put a bee wrapper over top of that for later. I'm not gonna dirty another spoon for this. I'm gonna take the flesh, and I'm actually just gonna squeeze it out by using the skin to help me get all of that out. Now your magnesium is also rich in fiber, magnesium, manganese, potassium, so many wonderful things. And it is what is going to help to satiate you. So when you're in that luteal phase and your cravings are all over the map, you really want to make sure that your blood sugar is stable and that your 2 hormones that regulate that, leptin and ghrelin, your hunger and satiation hormones, are also feeling good. So the avocado, it's gonna stick with you. It's what's gonna give you that Hulk-like feeling. And then we're gonna add our greens into this here. So this is about 2, maybe 3 cups worth of organic spinach. Now you can add whatever greens in that you like. So if you love arugula, kale, you can even put chard in there, whatever you enjoy. And then what we're gonna do is we're gonna put a couple of tablespoons worth of almond butter. This is a smooth almond butter, so it's a little bit runnier, which I really like for the smoothies. It doesn't tend to stick down at the bottom in the blade. And so when we say a couple tablespoons, we can just do 1 like heaping tablespoon, right? And get that in there. You guys, it's taking everything in me not to just lick this spoon right now as we're filming, because I don't crave things like chocolate. My cravings tend to come in the form of things like almond butter straight out of the jar. Goat cheese would be something else that I would crave. So I definitely look for things that are more like rooting and grounding. And now we're gonna add in protein powder. So this is a plant-based protein powder. This is Genuine Health's. It's their organic fermented vegan protein powder. And I've told you in a couple of other episodes that we alternate and switch up our protein powders. Sometimes they're always going to be plant-based for the most part. I'll do paleo-based ones as well too. The only one that I don't do for us as a family and personally is whey. This does not agree with our body. And I've got collagen in here. The collagen is fantastic to help the lining of your gut, but it's your most abundant protein that you produce in your body. And it's amazing for your hair, your skin, and your nails. And then we're gonna add in the camu camu. So this is going to give us our extra bit of vitamin C. I'm gonna do a teaspoon worth of this in here. Okay. And then going to add in our ice, and we are ready to go. So I'm gonna pop this onto the blender. I'm gonna let this blend for about 30 to 45 seconds, and then we'll pour it into glass. All right, here we go. So the great thing about making smoothies is that if you're ever in a position where you feel like you've made too much, or you start to drink it and you feel too full, you can always put a lid on it and save it for later. We could pour a little bit into this glass right now and then some into a smaller glass, or you could enjoy it all at the one time. And I really love it for the ease and the convenience and the simplicity. You're able to travel with this. You could have it here at home, but here you go, ladies. This is your Luteal Phase Supportive Hulk Smoothie. Recipe is going to be posted for you down below, or you can purchase your book, your copy of the Simplicity Body, through my website at www.jenpike.com. Wishing you all a day of more simplicity and ease.